Dodge saw a chance to put that shot on goal, but it was blocked down, and it's put forward this time off the foot of Eden. So some good pressure from the Royals. And just second, Bordage saw a chance to put that shot on goal, but it was blocked down, and it's put forward this time off the foot of Eden. So some good pressure from the Royals. And just second, touch pass to the far. Welcome to Ware Field in Upper Sackville, Nova Scotia. It's Game 2 on Day 2 of the Maritime Super Series. I'm Scott Squires, along with the Maritime Athletic Profiles crew. Glad to have you with us on this gorgeous Saturday afternoon. Great day for soccer. And we are underway in this men's match between the Fredericton Picaroons Reds and the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals. It's red versus blue. The Winsloe Charlottetown Royals wearing the blue kits with the white trim. And as you would expect, the Fredericton Picaroons Reds wearing the red kits with the white trim. The Reds going right to left to start this match, and the Royals left to right. Starting keeper for the Royals, number 22, Mahmoud Mustafa. And the starting keeper for the Fredericton Picaroons Reds, number 1, Louis Charles Vaillancourt. So, this is the second game for the Royals. They played last night. A tough, hard-fought 3-1 loss to Suburban FC. So they're looking for redemption here today, are the Royals. And for the Fredericton Picaroons Reds, their first game of this weekend. So they're going to be doing a little bit of a feeling out process. Joe Hamilton, their head coach, telling me before the game he really wants to get after the PEI squad, knowing that they may be a little fatigued after last night. And he said, you know, after about 10 to 15 minutes, he hopes to see his side really settle in and start to dominate the ball. On the other side, Coach Nelson Edamobi saying, I asked him, I said, what are keys for you guys? You know, second game in 2 days, quick turnaround. He just looked me square in the eye, one word, intensity. So that's what the expectations from the two head coaches are, but it all gets played out on the field. Royals work that ball down the field. Will Campbell in chasing after it. Oh, and that just went underneath the foot of Campbell. Potentially a big chance there, just didn't pan out. Now it's Killorn. That ball all the way down the field. This is Ben Davidge. Davidge gets shoulder. You don't often see the keeper come way out of his goal like that and kind of lock shoulders with an on-rushing player, but that's just exactly what Mahmoud Mustafa did right there, aggressively protecting his goal area, and why not? We are with you right along the sideline. I'm field level at the midfield stripe. Gannon on the attack, and the ball cleared away. So the Royals will jog back and watch Mustafa take that into his hands. I'll just go back to Mustafa now for a reset. It's a gorgeous day here, about 22 degrees Celsius, but there is a pretty strong and swirling wind. And I heard both coaching staffs talking to their players about that prior to the game, saying, hey, do your best to try to read the wind, but it's kind of a swirling wind, not really settling into any direction. So just to kind of be aware of it. Reds now making some moves with the ball. That was Ali. Shadi Alhaj Ali wears number 16 for this Red squad. Now it's up to Ken Morrison. Morrison slides it along the turf. A couple of quick touch passes here for the Reds. Anders good. Slides it into the middle now. Long forward ball, trying to run onto it. This is Jacob Moore. Moore lifts it high, and that's going to go well out of play. And that actually cleared the net and the fence behind. So a home run for number 11, Jacob Moore, as he clears the fence into the upper deck. Royals look to come back on the attack now. That ball into an open part of the field. Ben Law pushed it forward. Collision there between a couple of players. But up the field now comes Riyad Jaha. Jaha works it up the left line. Down the left wing side, jumping in on it now is Chowdhury. He wears 14 in red. That ball goes right into the goal area. Cleared dangerously to the top of the 18-yard box. They're still working with it in there, are the Reds, but they finally clear it up. Quick little ball, four-headed. So the Reds will regroup. Ben Law, wearing the captain's armband for the Reds, rolls it up to Ben Davidge. Ben to Ben. Down that right field line. Thrown in quickly, the Royals will work it to the middle. Max Van Wyken. Van Wyken now just jogs up with that ball. Head up. Stiff pass forward, just beyond Jared Murphy. And then Law slides it over, and Law will get it back in the middle from the back line for the Reds. Law, he'll just roll it back as the back line of the Reds play a little catch here. Nice day for a game of catch out on the turf. Davidge rolled it back. Now to Ben Law again, into the middle. Up forward for Shadi Alhaj Ali. Into the middle. Davidge goes to the right wing side, and nobody home as it'll go out of bounds. And if you go to the Saltwire YouTube channel, you'll see a story that I did, a video interview with Dan Friel. Dan Friel is the co-founder of the TBT, the basketball tournament, and something exciting that's coming June 1st to 4th, the TST, the soccer tournament. 32 teams, a $1 million winner-take-all prize, and just announced today that Canadian Basketball Hall of Famer, NBA Hall of Famer, Steve Nash will be playing in that tournament. And again, if you go to the Saltwire YouTube channel, you'll see the interview that I did with Dan. It's an Atlantic Sports Wire piece, and it should be at the top of the video list on the Saltwire YouTube channel. It's about an 18-minute interview that I did with Dan Friel, but check it out and listen to it. He explains this TST tournament, what it's all about, the teams that are playing. Ryan Reynolds' team that he co-owns, Wrexham, is going to have a team in the tournament. It's going to be a 7v7 winner-take-all. Again, check out the video on the Saltwire YouTube channel. It's really cool. And a big announcement today, Steve Nash will be playing in that tournament. And I reference it again because when you watch the video and listen to what the tournament's about, I think that there's potential for something similar, obviously not to the scale of $1 million winner-take-all, but the style of the tournament, the 7v7, the 40-minute halves, the size of the field, the size of the goals, I think that could be something that could really, really work in this region. So again, check out my interview with Dan Friel. There's 2 versions. Check out the full chat version on Saltwire YouTube. It's an Atlantic Sports Wire interview. It got posted yesterday. And leave comments. Let me know what you think. I think this TST is going to be something exciting, and having Steve Nash announce today that he's taking part, very cool news. Lots of great, fun, exciting soccer news taking place, and of course this weekend tournament, the Maritime Super Series, so great for these players, but also for young grassroots soccer players as well. Royals with the ball now. Murphy tried to push it ahead. Nice little chip through there by Mbagitseza. Number 7, Fiston in Gabanzeza. He played so well yesterday. Almost had a goal late to make it 3-2 at the time. Suburban was leading 3-1. And there was a free kick and a rebound chance. And in Gabanzeza thought he had goal number 2. But a miraculous save was made. And at the time it kept the score at 3-1. That was an exciting moment yesterday. And we've got more exciting soccer here today. Great players from all across Atlantic University Sport, high-level soccer in this region, putting their exploits and their skills on display here. Just early on into this first half, Reds and Royals, 0-0. That ball headed forward there by Anders Good, and it'll go out of bounds just to the left of our broadcast position here. Both teams kind of arguing over who last touched it and decided that it'll be Royals' ball. Killorn to throw it in. And coming over just to get a foot on that. Another throw in now for Killorn. A couple of players battle for it there. It's chipped forward. Davidge tried to work it ahead. Ends up going onto the foot of number 16, Van Wyken for the Royals. They'll work it to the back line again. Far side, Deegan. Works it to the left wing. Methodically, down the line they go. Murphy works it forward. Trying to chase onto it there is Gagne. Taking it deep, trying to work it into the middle. And that shot just goes wide of the goal, but not a bad run there coming from the Royals. Will be a corner kick now. Jared Murphy over to the corner flag, far side, to take this set piece. Low, curls in, into traffic, and the Reds clear it away. Bicycle kick, glorious opportunity there, and the save is made, but oh my goodness, what a fantastic athletic move by Fiston and Gabanzeza. Fantastic. That is worth another look. The next stoppage we have, that is a highlight. I know we just saw it. Well, I'm going to ask producer Clark to show it to us again next time the ball goes out of play. That is a highlight of not just the day, of the weekend. Oh, goodness me. And how about the sharpness of the keeper, Viancourt, to keep that out? He had to be sharp and not get mesmerized by the bicycle kick a la Pele. So it's out of play. Let's have a look at that again. You don't see it any better than this. Murphy with the corner into the box. Cleared away. They're out of trouble there. And then watch this. Up. And there's the right-footed bicycle kick. And Viancourt had to be quick. Just a bang-bang play. That is beautiful athleticism right there from Ngabanzeza. I'll be thinking about that bicycle kick the rest of the day, tonight, and probably all tomorrow as well. That was spectacular. And Ngabanzeza in on it again. Steals it away. Gives way now to Hashimoto. Back to Ngabonzeza. He'll just lift it into the box. Headed away by the Reds. And now they're just hanging on, clearing that ball away. Good work there by Shadi Alhaj Ali. Now the Reds with control. Tom Philpin clears it over. Far side, crossed into the box, right through the face of the goal and out the other side. So the Royals work that ball over to the left sideline. Up ahead now toward the midfield stripe. Ball forward, down the sideline. Murphy took it off the back heel. Trying to get control was Mond. And it bounces out of play. Quick throw in coming here for the Reds. Well, I said quick, maybe not so quick. There's the throw in, and they'll go to the back line. They'll regroup from there. Fredericton Picaroons Reds. Winsloe Charlottetown Royals 0-0 here. Play in the first half. Game 2 on day 2. We'll be back with 2 more games tomorrow in this wonderfully organized and played Maritime Super Series. Working with that ball, Law touched it over, gets it back. Now he'll come over to Ali. Ali, ball forward down the field, headed there by Deegan, and now chipped forward off the foot of Max Mond. And the ball goes out of play, as looking for it there was Gagne for the Royals. Want to mention the main sponsors for this event. Presenting sponsor for these series of games, Beaverbank Physio. And I want to give a big shout out to Down the Pub for their Player of the Game sponsorship. It was great to have a chance to do one of those Down the Pub player interviews post-game last game. We'll have another Down the Pub post-game player interview for you after this one. And also big shout out to Shift Athlete Services. Events like this wouldn't be what they are without the support of sponsors. So we certainly appreciate them being so supportive of an event like this, and we're really glad to be able to bring it to you on Maritime Athletic Profiles live stream. Law calmly into the middle. And Law will get it right back. Sends it forward, sliding into it was Tyson Pinsent. And that ball will just bounce out of bounds. Throw in for the Royals. Ngabonzeza in looking for it. If you're just joining us later on, check out about 3 minutes earlier than this point in the game for one heck of an athletic move by Ngabonzeza as he went for the bicycle kick, put it on goal, and Louis Charles Vaillancourt had to make a spectacular save. That one should be clipped and sent out. I think that should make national networks, TSN, Sportsnet, and the like, should pick up on that highlight. That's as good as you'll see at any level. Murphy now. Tried to kick it forward. That went off of Anders good and goes out of play. So pretty good pace to this one early on. Still at 0-0. Zeros on the board. Into the 18-yard box, working with it there. Trying to spin away from traffic was Hashimoto. Now they'll come to the near sideline, kicked right through the box, other side, trying to get ahead on it. There was number 8, Caleb Gagne, just beyond his reach. And the Reds lift that ball high in the air. A couple of players were there trying to get a touch on it, and now it's the Reds push it down, and that's going to go all the way to the keeper. And Mustafa just leaves it there. Kicked across field by Van Wyken. Now Ngabonzeza in the middle. Little side foot pass up to Murphy. Murphy, left foot, little more pace, tried to find the far sideline, but only a red jersey there, and it was intercepted by Jonah Bartlett. And the Reds now with Law in the middle, controlling the pace from that back line. Slides it off to his right. Now Morrison was there. Now back to Law. Very methodical now. Ethan Arinke had it for a moment. Arinke tried to feed it back. Getting in the way, though, was Campbell. Campbell has it deep on that left side. Little footwork. Touch for Gagne. Gagne slides down, gets a shot away. Rebound chances there, cleared off the line just in the nick of time as Viancourt had slid and was a little out of position. So good coverage defensively for the Reds after Viancourt committed to the first save. Turning, spinning, and putting that shot into the parking lot. Some active coaching coming from the Fredericton sideline. Always good to have that active in-game communication. To the right side now, the Reds look to work that ball upfield and get it on the other side of the pitch. Law. Up ahead. Little touch there for Davidge. Ngabonziza got in the way, and then Ngabonziza got tangled up there, trying to see that number. I think it might be 23, Ken Morrison. So, yeah, it is Morrison. So, Morrison and Ngabonziza. And then Ngabonziza having a little chat now with the head referee, Brian Novogradik. So, don't think there was a card shown there. Nice bit of sportsmanship as Ngabonziza comes over to Ken Morrison. They kind of pat each other on the back. No harm, no foul, as they say. Literally no foul. I guess, well, technically, free kick, but good sportsmanship nonetheless. Good to see. Morrison and Ngabonziza. Play carries on. Reds in control. Anders good. Far side of the field, onto the foot of Ethan Arinke. I interviewed his sister Danielle. She was the down the pub player of the game in the match prior to this. So, an Arinke on both Pickeroon's Red squads. Nice to see family connections. Long ball forward now from Ali. Down into that right corner. Gagne giving chase for the Royals. Reds control it on that far side. Crossed into the middle, but cleared away. Morrison heads it to the right side. Then Gagne comes flying in, gets a head on it. We remain 0-0. Into the 20th minute here. Not quite halfway through this opening half. The best chance so far came earlier in this half off the bicycle kick try by Fiston and Ngabonziza. All the way back now, Murphy turns, steps on the ball, waits for some help from his mates. Fed it back to Gagne, and it just gets touched out of play. Gagne heads it back, and the Royals, they just allow their keeper Mustafa to hold on, and everybody will jog back the field waiting this Mustafa play. He rolls it ahead, sets the Royals in motion. Now with some pace, they'll get it into midfield, kicked forward there by Jaha for the Royals. Down into the corner, good run there from Arinke to take that ball away from any kind of Royals organization on the offense. Reds working with that ball over on the far sideline. Some clever footwork over there. Royals, though, will put it back in play. Pinballing off a couple of players. Into the middle, and Ngabonziza looking for it. Now it comes to this far near side. It's Killorn. Killorn. Oh, Killorn takes the big shoulder there from Anders. Good strong tackle from Good as Killorn was trying to find a way to get that ball deep. When you hear someone say that soccer or football, whatever you refer to it as, isn't a physical sport, they need to sit down and watch a match. All kinds of physicality out there. You got to have endurance, you got to have cardio, and you got to be physically tough as well. Now the Reds push it Up over midfield, trying to make a run down the right wing. Cut back into the middle. Walking into it is Ali. Try to get it forward there for McGinn. And that goes out of play over on that far side one more time. So both teams, save for a little opportunity here or there, haven't really been able to get any kind of offensive flow going. Possession game, touch passes, it's kind of been a 50-50 scenario in terms of ball possession. So we'll have a corner kick now, it looks like. Heading over to that corner flag is Ken Morrison. Morrison retrieves that ball. Our officials today, referee Brian Novogradik, assistants Travis Lefebvre, Darren Lilly, and our fourth official, Andrew McDonnell. The officials have been doing, by my estimation, a great job so far through 3+ games in this series. The best thing I can say is that for the most part the officials haven't been inserting themselves into the action. And that's a good thing. When you're talking about the officials more than the players, that's typically not a good sign. That has not been the case here so far through 3+ games in this Maritime Super Series, and that's good to see. Some quality officiating, and that's important. Royals to the back line, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Deegan went to the left wing side. Royals trying to work it up that line. Threw a ball there, didn't connect with Murphy. And the Reds send it back where once again Deegan just kicks it forward. Jaha was there trying to make something happen. Ball again loose to midfield, no further. Royals back into their own end again. They'll just organize from the back line. Left or right, and Van Wyken decides to go to the left. Now up into the middle. Murphy was there for a moment. Gets it right back, does Murphy. Murphy feeds it, trying to get Campbell free. High into the air. A couple of players there looking for it. McGinn and Deegan. Now into the middle. Oh, McGinn could have been wide open. There's a long shot. Oh, Mustafa stretching out and gets a hand on that on a well-struck ball. Glorious chance there. There you see the two players, McGinn and Deegan, battling for it. Then they fed the ball through. Came right out to the top of that 18-yard box. Ball well struck. And Mustafa sharp, making the save. Best chance for the Reds. Now corner kick resulting from that big chance at the top of the 18-yard box. Low ball bouncing into the box area. And just as it went to that near post, the Royals were able to clear it away. So best opportunity of the match so far came right there from the Reds. Mustafa, his best save so far today. Reds to inbound. There's the throw in. It's a short one. Work with that ball now. Coming over to challenge there is Hashimoto. And Hashimoto forces that ball out. And it's going to be a goal kick for Mahmoud Mustafa, who just made that stretch out fingertip save just seconds ago. Royals now hemmed up in their end of the pitch just a little bit. And Gabanzeza pushes it back. Royals trying to find a way to break out of their end here. Long ball down the pitch. Murphy racing after, trying to go between two defenders. Jogging there is Anders Good. Now Murphy and Good. Nice 1v1 battle right along that end line. And it goes out of play. So a good side-by-side run up the field there from Murphy and Anders Good. Reds look to bring it back the other way. Up into the middle of the pitch, cross midfield. Losing it there for a moment was Davidge. He recovers. Now they'll feed it into the middle. Morrison, near side. Now they'll play a little catch. Anders Good. He'll go to the back line to Ben Law. Law plays catch again. Little touch pass up ahead for Morrison. They'll just work it back again. Reds being methodical here, using little touch passes, trying to control that possession, and then find a way to work that ball forward. And it does go forward, but nobody there, and it ends up right onto a blue shirt of the Royals. That will allow Winsloe Charlottetown to regain control. Killorn just rolls it back, and then a little touch back to Killorn. Killorn, well, they'll try that back line again, and again, Killorn one more time. Killorn, touch for Hashimoto. Hashimoto trying to lead Campbell. Campbell trying to get around the defender. Shoulder check. Campbell stays on it, steps over top. Look at this work by Campbell. Shot there, and it's cleared away. That is a fantastic individual effort from number 15, Will Campbell. He didn't get the result he wanted, but look at this work. He takes the shoulder check, stays with it, steps over one defender, around another, and gets a great scoring opportunity away. And again, the goalkeeper, Viancourt, having to be super, super focused right there on some tremendous ball control and footwork by Will Campbell. Now the corner kick for the Royals. That's high, past the other side and headed out of play. We still remain 0-0. We've had some chances though. We're 0-0, but not for lack of opportunities for both of these teams. Reds will look to work it out again. Anders good. Into the middle. Stepping around that ball was Ali. Feeds it across. A little touch back to Ben Law. Rolls it forward, right to Ngabonzeza. Ball turned over quickly. Now here comes Philpin. Philpin, good footwork there, rolled it forward. McGinn couldn't get there. Ball free for a second. Down to the turf goes Van Wyken. Play carries on the other way. Ngabonzeza. Over on this near side for Hashimoto. Hashimoto being hounded there. Hashimoto trying to work around two defenders. Lost control, is coming in to help out. Was number 10, Tom Philpin, for the Reds. Free kick now for Riyad Jaha. And this is decent enough field position for a potentially dangerous free kick opportunity. Nice job by the officials, making sure that ball placed in the right place. Maybe a little cheekiness there from Jaha. Jaha wearing the captain's band for the Royals. Curls one in, but it's cleared away. Jaha right after that ball now. And free kick going to be awarded here to the Reds as Riyad Jaha just a little aggressive on that tackle. Down the field now. This could be a chance. Looking dangerous on that run was McGinn, but Mustafa will gather. Royals will start out once again. Ngabonzeza in the middle. Now the Royals trying to set things calmly from their end. Now they'll work it forward. Royals, nice pass for Murphy. Murphy's got a run there. You might get some help from Killorn from behind. Murphy, goodness me. Anders good. Coming in, flying body check, looking more like the NHL Conference Finals than the Maritime Super Series, as Anders good just laid the boom on number 3, Jared Murphy. Murphy, though, bounces right back up. Free kick now awarded to the Royals after that Anders good body check. So, free kick coming here. Two-man wall for the Reds. Ben Davidge checking out of the game. Rowan Sangmeng checking into the contest. Sangmeng wears number 8 for the Fredericton Pickeroon Reds. Free kick curled into the area, just in front of that 6-yard goal area. And Gabonzeza tried to jump on top of that ball quickly. And it'll go out of play. Do a quick time check here, see how much time left. Into the 33rd minute right now. Time winding down in this opening half. Chances, but no goals. We're 0-0. Corner kick, Royals. Low, curled in, stepping out to grab it as Viancourt. Good aggressive goaltending for the Picaroons Reds keeper. He hammers it down. McGinn heads it forward. There's Sangmeng just checked into the game, making a run down the right wing. Sangmeng does good work there to take it in deep, but then it rolls out of play. So a good connection there between McGinn and Sangmeng. Just couldn't get the result on the end of the run. The Royals started away in their own end. Again, trying to organize here. Find some kind of formula to break through to that far side. Up along the left wing line. Bounces free from a couple of players. The Royals making progress, but they're stopped there, and whistle looks like we're going to have a free kick. Nope, we're not a play. It's going to be a throw-in for the Royals. So making sure, oh, it is a free kick. Well, thought it was a free kick, then it looked like it was going to be a throw-in. Regardless, ball back in play, Royals with it, and Gabonzeza to the sideline. And it comes out of play just to the left of our camera position here at midfield. Anders good. Gets it back there for Law. Rolls it across. Now they'll work it to the far side. Pressure coming there. Good work by Campbell forcing the issue. Now they'll work it up along the sideline. Oh, Sangmeng with the cheeky little heel ball forward. There's a long shot, and that's put wide of the goal. But Sangmeng, how about that little contorting of the leg and pushing that ball forward, allowing the Reds to get a good look at goal, and that came off the foot of Tom Philpin. Back to the Royals as they just calmly set up in their side of the pitch. They'll work it now near side. Into the middle, right onto the foot of a Reds player. Couple of quick touch passes there. Morrison worked it forward. Sangmen tried to get it forward there and make a connection with Agyad Zachariah. I'm going to confirm on my game sheet there's two number 11s, but I'm fairly certain that Zachariah is wearing number 12. I chatted with him before the game, and I do believe that Zachariah is wearing 12. There's a shot. Oh, diving save by Mustafa as that shot from Sangmeng right along the ground. And since he's checked into the game, that young man right there, number 8, Rowan Sangmeng, has made his presence felt. He's been all around the ball here and has created some offensive chances for this Red squad. His teammates coming over, giving him a couple of pats on the back and the head, saying, hey, way to go, Roan. You kind of lit a little spark for us here since you checked into this game as a sub. And now as a result of that work from Sangmeng, we're going to have a corner kick for the Reds. That goes all the way to the other side. Leaping in there, trying to get a foot on it, was Chowdhury. Corner kicks, always, always dangerous. Royals roll it up now. Looking to work it forward, trying to organize. It's been really almost a half-long chess match between these two teams. I mean, you've heard perhaps in other scenarios, a play-by-play person use the boxing analogy, you know, two fighters in the middle of the ring kind of throwing like soft jabs, feeling each other out, footwork, you know, shimmying, moving. That's kind of what this has been. I think the comparison is appropriate. These two teams, for the majority of this half, save for a couple of, you know, good scoring chances, most of this half has really been both of these teams trying to like feel one another out. Little probing passes, you know, kind of testing one another out defensively, seeing what they have to offer offensively. And right now, I think if you're scoring this bout on points, we'd be even. Royals now. Quick pass up ahead, Hashimoto. Nice forward ball there. Campbell down into the corner. There's that man, Anders Good, getting in the way again. Great 1v1 battle right into the corner. Let those two players go at it. Well done. Coming away with it now is Campbell. Tried to make it work in front. Hashimoto lifts it high, and that's going to float all the way to the far side where Gagne tries to track it down and control it, and he's not able to keep it in bounds. Love watching those prolonged 1v1 battles on the field between two players, just giving it their all, trying to get possession of those 50-50 balls. The beautiful game, no question about it. And I think that's Gagne who got tangled up with a Reds player. Now Gagne down to the turf, and certainly a little bit slow to get up as he kind of rolls now. He started to get up for a minute, now he's back down. Keeping a close eye to make sure that Gagne's all right. Referee Brian Novogradic over, making sure everything okay. Looks like Gagne is going to shake it off and just jog it out and be okay to carry on. Free kick opportunity here for the Royals in this 0-0 first half. Fredericton Picaroons Reds and the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals. First game of the weekend series for the Reds, second game for the Royals. They're no wins, one loss, no draws. Good firm ball into the middle. Right back it goes to Murphy, like he had a magnet there for that ball. Now here's Gagne on the turf a moment ago, now up in the middle of the play, and Gabonzeza tried to make some more magic happen, now tries to track that ball from behind, but the Reds will use a couple of quick passes to get it away. This is Zachariah. Zachariah puts it forward for Morrison to run onto. Morrison's deep, tried to cross it in, and good defense there from Noah Killorn. Another corner kick now for the Reds. And just saunter to that corner flag and get ready to set this ball. Getting close to the end of full time in this opening half. We'll see how much added time there will be, maybe a minute or two. Off that corner kick, goes past everyone who was waiting on it, including the goalkeeper Mustafa. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in late May. Sharp contrast to the cool, damp weather we had last night, but we'll take this over last night, weather-wise for sure. Going to be another glorious day tomorrow. Glad that you're able to tune in via the Maritime Athletic Profiles live stream, but if you're going to be anywhere in the vicinity of Upper Sackville and Weir Field, I would encourage you to check the Maritime Super Series website and their socials to check out the schedules for these games. Come on out, soak up some sun, have a snack from the fantastic concession stand, and watch some extremely high-level soccer. Outside the Halifax Wanderers and the CPL, this is the highest level of soccer you're going to see in this region. Come on out and check it out, and there'll be some future CPL players in this series as well. You know some of these players are going to end up playing perhaps for the Halifax Wanderers or another Canadian Premier League team. Fight for it over there. Some good tackling on this field. It's been a good, clean game tackle-wise. There's been some physicality for sure, but for the most part, it's been good, clean football tackles. And that's what you like to see. Aggressive but clean. Here's Murphy now. Murphy rolls it back. Keeping a close eye there. McGinn. Now a forward. Royals. Murphy trying to make a run here. Murphy, whoa, tried to feed it in for the waiting Hashimoto, just couldn't connect. Hashimoto's eyes got wide when he saw Murphy trying to lead him with that touch pass. Reds back the other way. Sangmeng, who's been dynamic since he checked into this game for the Reds, watches that ball go to the back line. There's the man in the middle, Ben Law. Law, head up, surveys the field, gets it up ahead there for Ali. Ali touches it back. This is Anders Good. Good. Tried to feed it through. That was intercepted by Ngabonzeza. Now there's a good lead ball along the turf. And Mustafa gambles, comes out of his goal, clears it away. Now Ali heads it forward to himself. Long ball. And that's just going to take a couple of bounces and end up right into the hands of the keeper, Mustafa, who rolls it out to Max Van Wyken. Van Wyken up ahead now to Killorn. And back they go. Now they'll go cross field to the far side. Not much time left in this opening half. 0-0 score. Royals controlling here, trying to find a way to work it out. And they'll reset to the keeper. Mustafa, he'll step into that. And Hashimoto takes it nicely off the chest. And one of the officials on the sideline, talk about taking one from the team. As I watch that, I'm made think of the coronation and the crown jewels that were on display during the coronation. Well, certainly hope everything is okay. As the sideline official sits down to take a breather. That's the hazards of being over here. I've been kind of had a heads up a couple times when the balls come over this way. Kind of hold my clipboard in front of me in a strategic position. Ali slipped on the turf there for a moment. Tried to get back up now in Ngabonzeza. He'll have it. Little dish to Murphy. Murphy, soft touch to Hashimoto. Hashimoto against two defenders now. Couldn't get his way through both of them. And it's turned over to the Reds. Trying to feed it forward. That ball went up. Hit Campbell up high, but he's okay. Now here's Sangmeng. Has the ball go between his legs momentarily. Now he'll try to cut toward the middle. And the ball left there softly for Philpin. In for Sangmeng. Trying to find somewhere to go. Ngabonzeza comes over. Collides with Sangmeng. Sangmeng goes down, and Ngabonzeza will wait now as the official walks towards him. I don't think there's going to be a card. Perhaps just the placement of the ball for this free kick. Again, good officiating here this weekend. There's no question about it. And 1 minute of added time being flashed on the digital board. So that's official. 1 minute of added time in this opening half. That sideline official just able to stand up long enough to flash that 1 minute. He took that wayward ball into a sensitive area just moments ago, sitting back down. Don't blame him one bit. So this minute will tick away relatively rapidly here as the Royals push that ball forward. They'll dribble it up now, see if they can carry it, and now they'll push it down the field. Anders Good high into the air to head that ball. Then it comes back to the keeper, and Viancourt just kicks it down the field. And there's the referee's whistle. So 1 half in the books. Chances at both ends, some good chances. Certainly the best and most spectacular one coming off the bicycle kick attempt from Fiston and Ngabonzeza earlier in this half. But through 45 minutes plus, we remain 0-0. Halftime right now. We'll be back with second half action in just a little bit. You're watching the Maritime Super Series exclusively on Maritime Athletic Profiles live stream. We will be back.
Sick chain, jumping in the Porsche in the 6 lane. I'm big fish, I'm big game. Chrome on, big flame. I'm pulling out with a sick chain, jumping in the Porsche in the 6 lane. I'm big fish, I'm big game. Hit him with the chrome hard and a big flame. I'ma beat the villain like I'm Big Bang. Execute a small, that's big brain. So I been looking hard, that's dripping. So that has been traded to the 60. I get a dollar, you're with me. Now y'all gotta sell kidneys, but that is a shame, it's a pity. The sell to the pep that was shitty, but now you a fam and you wanna hit me. Honestly, dog, I think you are tripping. Follow me now like it's a religion. Hey, you chasing your vision. Hey, you look for additions. Honestly, man, you should've listened. Case goes down, cause I'm on a mission. Chrome on, big flame. I'm pulling out with a sick chain, jumping in the Porsche in the 6 lane. I'm big fish, I'm big game. Chrome on, big flame. I'm pulling out with a sick chain, jumping in the Porsche in the 6 lane. I'm big fish, I'm big game. Yeah, now they wanna be friends. Man, language switch, y'all are now speaking French. I speak Dutch, yeah, I'm from the Netherlands. I've been on the path, I've been with the raps.
Back down that corner kick and it's headed over top of the goal. Now Kennedy for Longley.
Ja, het ging toch naar de beurs. Maar ik dacht dat wij echte vrienden waren, maar de status kwam er toch tussen. Damn. Chrome on, big flame. I'm pulling out with a sick chain, jumping in the Porsche in the 6 lane. I'm big fish, I'm big game. Chrome on, big flame. I'm pulling out with a sick chain, jumping in the Porsche in the 6 lane. I'm big fish, I'm big game. Als je Nederlands bent, zet deze track in je playlist.
We are just about set for the second half of Game 2 on Day 2 of the Maritime Super Series. Scott Squires with you, along with our Maritime Athletic Profiles team. This game featuring the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals and the Fredericton Picaroons Reds. The Reds wearing red kits with the white trim. They'll now be going left to right, and the Royals wearing the royal blue with white trim. They'll now be going right to left in this 0-0 game. Both teams with chances in that first half. None better than the bicycle kick chance from Fiston and Gabanzeza. But we're at zeros on the board and a 45 minutes of regulation left to see if the ice can be broken here and somebody tally a goal. Certainly glad to have you tuned in and watching wherever you are. Great to be able to bring these games to you via the live stream, via Maritime Athletic Profiles and their YouTube channel. Give them a like and a subscribe. Just jogging onto the pitch now. Shreyansh Chowdhury wears number 14 in red for the Reds. At midfield, kicked forward there by Jaha. As we see quite often, when a team can't quite gather themselves, they'll just reset back to the keeper. Jaha, head up, left foot drive into that one. Stewart tried to catch up to it. In the area was Will Campbell as well for the Royals, but just a little too much pace on that ball through, and it goes past the goal line. So it'll be a goal kick for Louis Charles Vaillancourt. Vaillancourt had to make a great save on the receiving end of that bicycle kick chance from Ngabonziza. So the Reds methodically up the field. Sangmeng in on the ball. He had some great chances that he generated when he subbed into the game in that first half. Into the middle now. Philpin. Lead ball through. Sangman is open. Sangman puts it in, sliding save, and a beauty from Deegan. Deegan bailing out his keeper Mustafa as Sang came in, and oh my, gotta see it again. Goaltending from number 5. Watch it here. Sangmeng in past the sliding keeper Mustafa and saving the moment, Jake Deegan. I think the Reds were just about to raise their hands celebrating a goal, and out of nowhere, a sliding Jake Deegan denies corner kick into the area, cleared away. That was a great opportunity and a wonderful run from number 8, Rowan Sangmeng. We've had just wonderful, wonderful plays, tremendous athleticism, and creating just incredible chances on goal. We had the bicycle kick attempt. We had that run by Sangmeng and a couple of others, but still, through all of those glorious chances, it's 0-0. Sometimes that's just the way the ball bounces. Just tremendous opportunities. I referenced him late in the first half, saying that he had really been a spark plug and was creating chances for the Reds, was Rowan Sangmeng. And he just had a great one there. Now, the Royals trying to slip one through, trying to thread the needle with a pass. Comes over now to Chowdhury. Chowdhury just works it to the back line. Arinki goes backwards with it to the captain, Law. Law gets it up ahead for Chowdhury. Arinki lofts it forward. Sangmeng trying to run onto it. He heads it forward. It's Sangmeng again in the clear, trying to make a run in. Puts it toward the front. It's off the post, and it's in. Sangmeng is the man right there. He's been creating opportunities, and he celebrates a tremendous finish on a wonderful effort. You kind of had the feeling he might get rewarded. He heads it forward to himself. Deegan trying to close the distance. Across it goes, off the post and in. Van Wyken was there as well, and watch the celebration, and why not? Just a tremendous run. Rowan Sangmeng has been the straw that's been stirring this Reds drink, and look at the run. Van Wyken tried to make a run at it, and Mustafa dove and was kind of at the mercy of the sliding ball, and Rowan Sangmeng has indeed broken the ice on a glorious run, a stunning finish, and it's 1-0 Reds. Rowan Sangmeng, he has been electrifying since checking into this game as a sub back in the first half. Now, what answer do the Royals have? You know they want one. They fought back in yesterday's game when they were down a couple of goals a couple of times to Suburban FC. But again, we have seen some glorious soccer here in this game today. Just some incredible chances, wonderful goaltending, great defensive plays. Just before that Sangmeng goal, he had another wonderful chance, and Jake Deegan made a sliding save for the Royals. So Just quality soccer being played here on a Saturday afternoon. The Reds and the Royals putting on a show. And listen, to all of the organizers and the people behind putting this Maritime Super Series together, thank you. This is fantastic. Really glad to be able to bring it to you via the Maritime Athletic Profiles live stream, that's for sure. And what a treat it is for me to slap on a headset and get to stand with the best view at Weir Field watching this game and getting to call play-by-play for it. When you find something you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's how I feel about what I do. Corner kick opportunity now for the Royals. Trying to answer back after that Sengmeng marker. Little chip forward. Deegan got a foot on it there for a moment. Reds just keep it in at that sideline. There is Sangmeng, the goal scorer, working it forward for, up ahead there for Pinsent. There's a quick shot, and Mustafa just gliding over, takes that chest high and holds on. Both keepers have been good today, and it had to take a quality run and finish from Sangmeng to beat Mustafa. But again, both keepers have been on their game here today. Up ahead, little touch there by Khalil So. He wears number 11 for the Royals. He's checked into the game now. Halftime sub. Now it's Deegan. Deegan couldn't get it too forward. Ducking out of the way of that one was the referee, Brian Novigradic. Good 1v1 battle. Down. Ball lofted forward. Jogging after it there is Killorn. Killorn will just chip it back to his keeper, Mustafa, who pounds it down the field. Sangmeng heads it right back in towards the Royals' end of the pitch. Royals will regroup again. There's Mustafa, one-timer, just steps right into that ball. Off of So as he took it off the chest. So it looks like Jake Deegan coming off. And Abdul Bassett Emmanuel checking on. So Emmanuel wears number 2 in blue. And the big man jogs onto the pitch, gets ready. Back it goes to the keeper. Viancourt just pushes it ahead to the captain, Law. Law up for Morrison. Now the Royals send it back the other way, trying to get something set up here. Campbell was looking for something as he jogged down the left side. Not able to get it to him was Jaha for the Royals. On the far sideline. Ball tapped up into the air. Couple players waiting for it to hit it back down to the turf, and then it rolls out of play, so we'll have a throw in. Producer Clark getting a phone call. Probably TSN looking for some clips from this game to show on the highlight pack or the 1v1 segment. Down the left sideline. Ball sent across the field. Nice ball over there. Chowdhury settles it. Left foot lead pass, blocked down, and the Royals will look to bring it away. Campbell couldn't get clean control of it. And then Jaha rolls it back. Pressure now from the Reds, trying to force a turnover, comes to Chowdhury. Chowdhury, little back kick there, trying to work it away from Campbell. Now gets it to Philpin. Philpin chips it past Campbell. Two players get tangled up for it there. That was Emmanuel having that ball for just a moment. Reds still with it now. Chowdhury rolls it ahead for Sengmeng. Sengmeng. Can he make another dazzling play? Tried to and just got a little ahead of himself and kind of lost his footing. Gets a round of applause from his teammates on the bench. A bit of a Bronx cheer, if you will. Sengmeng tried to make that little run, but his legs kind of got rubberized there for a moment. He's been exciting, though, since he's checked into this game, has number 8, Rowan Sengmeng. For a play-by-play, having someone that generates that kind of excitement, always a welcome addition. Corner kick now for the Reds. That's bent in toward the goal, and Mustafa, good job of picking his way through that crowd to grab that ball. Sent down there, headed back the other way by the Reds. They'll pick up control. They'll just roll it back. Reds very aware that they've got the 1-0 lead. They don't want to lay back, but they also don't want to take chances. So they've got to walk that fine line between protecting the lead and keeping the pressure on. Little touch there from McGinn, tried to get it through. Tenterglue was there, trying to get a little foot on it now. But it's Jaha. Up ahead, Campbell. In a race, Campbell eases up as Arinki pulls ahead, and that ball goes out of play. Do a quick time check here. We are into the 59th minute, so almost 60 minutes played in this game. So unofficially, 30 minutes of regulation time left. Look at that little cute little back heel pass there from Campbell. I think I'd probably throw out a hip if I tried to contort my body that way and kick my leg out like that. Once upon a time, I may have been able to do it, but now I'd have to press the button for life alert. I've fallen, and I can't get up. Reds with the ball. They'll move it toward midfield. And McGinn came flying in. I think he locked shins with one of the Royals players and went down to the turf. McGinn slow to get up. Here's Sengmeng. He has open field. Sengmeng tried to make a move, and how about Mustafa? He says, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Well, shame on you. He couldn't fool him twice. Just a great save by Mustafa as he saw Sengmeng again with open turf and a goaltender between him and his second goal. And Mustafa, riverboat gambler, comes out, challenges, slides, and robs the ball. Great effort by the keeper, Mahmoud Mustafa. Great keeping right there. Maybe I'll see if our next out of bounds play, if I can get producer Clark to rack up that replay of that save. Producer Clark thinking, geez, Scott, stop asking me for replays, will you? Just kidding. Producer Clark and the rest of the Maritime Athletic Profiles team always do a great job. And typically, whenever I ask for a highlight or something, they get it for me, which is awesome. That ball goes out of play. All right, Producer Clark, let's have a look again. So, again, there's Sengmeng. Tried to make that move around Mustafa. He beat Mustafa earlier, and that time the keeper denies, and that's a really quality save. Good job by Mustafa, keeping it 1-0. That ball headed forward. Stepping into it was Emmanuel. And I'll tell you what, Emmanuel just in front of me here, where's number 2 for the Royals? His girth of his upper body, he could easily be a fullback or a running back in football, the other kind of football. He is a large individual. Here come the Reds. Bouncing that ball forward. Royals send it right back down the field. Law was there. Now Morrison. Trying to get in there for the steal was So. Couldn't take it cleanly. Now it comes back to Tenterglue. Tenterglue had it for a moment. Ball turned over again. Tenterglue trying to get in on it again. And now is Jaha. Riyad Jaha stepping his way in. Decides to take the shot just wide, and coming out flying through the air anyway was Viancourt, just to be sure. The ball was well struck, but just a little bit wide. And we'll have a substitution now. A couple of them, it looks like. So we'll see. So we've got Jacob Tweel coming in for Will Campbell. So 10 in, 15 out. And then we've got 13 in, 4 out. So Jonathan McKenzie, number 13 in, Noah Killorn, number 4 out. So 2 on, 2 off here for the Royals as they get some fresh legs out there for the final push in the last 30. Trying to get the equalizer. Always amazing how fast time can go. Here Jaha dishes it off. There's a quick shot as Hashimoto let it go from the feed as Jaha touched it through, and Hashimoto got a good look, but the save was made. So Viancourt keeps that one out, sends it downfield toward midfield. That one goes just past So, and seems that some of the folks on the bench of Fredericton may be getting a little perturbed with the officiating or lack thereof in their minds, some of the calls that they feel are being missed. However, if you're on the other bench, you think that it's just fine and there's no problems at all. Such is the life of an official. By my estimation, through 3 plus almost 4 full matches of soccer here this weekend, the officials, all of the officials of these games have done a really wonderful job of calling a good game and for the most part not inserting themselves into the action. This is Ben Law. Just calmly taking a look. Where's he going to go with it? Decides to loft it down the field right onto the forehead of Emmanuel. Now chipped up high. Trying to move it forward was So. So tries to get in on it again, but it's Sengmeng lifting it down. And Mustafa again coming way out of his goal just to hammer it down, and from one keeper to another as Mustafa's kick went all the way down to Viancourt. I almost wonder if maybe Mustafa was thinking about a try on goal with the way he rushed out and hammered that ball downfield. That actually would register a shot on goal. Viancourt actually had to make a save on that. Ball curved into the middle of the pitch. Comes down and it's cleared out. And we'll have a throw in. Taken quickly by the Royals. Settled and chested down nicely. Jaha moves it ahead. Hashimoto has one man to beat. Hashimoto trying to work his way around Irinki. But again, good defense from the Reds. Sangmeng, another nice move here. He comes, Sangmeng, being watched closely by Tentaglu. Good work by Tentaglu as he kind of forced Sangmeng to the sideline. Sangmeng tried to feed it into the middle, but only blue shirts there for the Royals. Throw in from Chowdhury. Sangmeng again. Feeding it through was Morrison. Little chip ball right into the keeper. Mustafa sees McGinn charging in and picks it up and takes care of it down the field. Gagne almost had a clash of heads over on that far side. Play carries on. This is Philpin. In a triangle of blue defenders, Philpin puts a little tug on his opposite number 10, Jacob Tweel, and it'll be a free kick. And behind the action, I think our goal scorer, Rowan Sangmeng, might be cramping up a little. Looks like we're going to have some attention come to Sangmeng here. He's run miles in this one. Maximum effort. It's a hot day, there's no question about it. Cramping certainly would be an issue for the players on this hot day out on the turf. So Sangmeng going to come over and take a seat on the bench. I'm sure he'll take a breather, get some hydration, and also have a quick look from physio. Into the game is Yusuf Hamid. So Hamid wears number 5. So 8 out, 5 in for the Fredericton Picaroons Reds. Royals put it in motion. Emmanuel up for Jaha, the captain. Jaha, little chip forward for Stewart. Back to Jaha now. Tweel turns, tried to get that shot away, went off the chest of a defender, and the Reds will bring it back upfield. McGinn, ball was heading towards him. He fell down. Van Wyken was there defensively. And then the ball goes out of play over on that far side. Tweel took it off the chest, settled it. Reds sent it right back the other way, and then punted down. And Viancourt jumping high to grab that ball, and then falls on top of it and cradles it like a stuffed animal. Louis Charles Viancourt. Methodical as he looks downfield. Lifts it ahead for Jake. That was Andrew Stewart. Now Hashimoto down low. Feeds it back. Inside that 18-yard box was Jaha. Couldn't make a move around the strong defense from Chowdhury, and it goes out of play. A few little words of advice for Harrison McGinn as he comes over and gets a few encouraging words from his sideline. There's a header, and that's going to go in behind the goal. Score remains 1-0 here. Rowan Sangmeng, the goal scorer, into the 69th minute. So just about 21 minutes unofficially of regulation left. Nice ball rolled forward. Reds will get there and control. Over for Hamid, who just checked into the game. Youssef Hamid dishes off. Reds trying to make a move over on that sideline, trying to get around Gagne. And they'll work it to the back line now. Arinki. Little touch ahead. And Arinki will get it right back. Takes a look, angles it for the sideline, and just out of bounds. And then a couple of words are exchanged between Hashimoto and Chowdhury. So Chowdhury and Hashimoto chat about where they might want to go and have a bite to eat later. Either that, or they may not have agreed with some tactics on the field. However, here comes Tweel. Tweel puts on the brakes, spins around, does a 360 behind the play. Chowdhury is down probably about 25 feet from our broadcast position here. He's laying on his side as the play carries on to the other side. Chowdhury and the officials do a nice job checking with him, seeing how he's doing, if he does need a trainer, and indeed the physio trainer does come out to take a look at Chowdhury. So Chowdhury still on the field of play, being checked now by physio. So we'll see how this is handled, whether or not they play on with Chowdhury being attended to still in the field of play. I know in rugby, one of the things that when I first started watching the game many years ago that kind of surprised me was if there was a player down injured, they would send out the training staff to tend to the player, and the play would carry right on. Sometimes the play happening right around, on top of, or behind, in front of the downed player. So Chowdhury gets up, wipes a little bit of the turf off of his head and face. So they're just checking on him again. Nice job by the officials and the physio to just make sure that everything is right and in order with Chowdhury before they allow him back into the game. So Chowdhury, good to see him up, gives the thumbs up. He's back on the pitch. And the Reds watch that ball go down the field and out of bounds. Jacob Moore tried to give a little chase there to it. Tentaglu, little chip forward, tried to connect with Tweel, and then So comes over, has a look there for the Royals. Ball back in play. Reds headed down. Couple of players with headers, and then kind of a semi-bicycle kick there coming from So as he tried to punt it over his head down the field. Ball thrown in. Reds will control on their back line. They lift it high along the sideline, then towards midfield. Down it comes. Here's Hashimoto. Tried to get foot to ball, but Arinki right there to hinder the Hashimoto chance. It'll be a corner kick for the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals. Working our way into the late stages of this second half. 1-0 your score. The goal scorer in the second half for Fredericton, Rowan Sangmeng.
Get up.
Tweel gets to that ball. Now Gagne. Passes forward. Chipped up high. Towdry steps into that one, heads it downfield. Little chip forward. Chowdhury again. Works it down. On the attack. This is Moore. Steps around. Good footwork there. Great footwork. Fancy footwork. Exciting moves. Long shot. Hammers it just high and over the goal. But that was a display of deft footwork right there from Jacob Moore. At least that's what they told me. I had 2 11s, and they told me Jacob Moore was number 12, so I can only go by what I'm told. Hopefully that is Jacob Moore, because I did have 2 11s, but they told me that 12 was Jacob Moore. Ball goes back to the keeper, Mustafa. Both keepers have been good. They've only been beaten once, and it took a great run and a finish from Sangmeng to put a goal on the board. And that ball pushed ahead offside. So it'll be a free kick for the Reds in this 1-0 game. Morrison got it back, and now again, it's Law. Wanting his mates to come back. Now gets the pass down the field. Chowdhury has that ball now. Chowdhury stops, rolls it ahead. There's Hamid. Crosses it in just beyond the corner. That's skidded right along the facing, just underneath the crossbar, out the other side, as Hamid crossed a nice ball in. Substitution coming here. And it's going to be Hashimoto out and Jonah Bartlett in. So 9 out, 14 in. So Bartlett in for Hashimoto. Now the Royals looking to equalize. McKenzie worked with it for a moment, got it over there to Tentoglu. Now it's up toward midfield. Turning with it there was So. Nice ball forward for Tentoglu. Running down the sideline there in a race with number 9, Anders Good. Another sub coming in now. This time it'll be for Fredericton. And it's going to be number 11. So it's going to be Zachariah. So Agiad Zachariah getting ready to check in. Who will be coming out? We'll see. It's going to be 11 on for the Reds. It'll just be a matter of who's off. Here's Emmanuel. Up for Jaha. A little dish off there for So. Up ahead, Tweel! Just had the ball a little too far ahead, and it ended up in the hands of the keeper, Vaillancourt, before Tweel could make his final move. Best chance in a while for the Royals as Tweel came in, but the ball got to the keeper before Tweel could do what he wanted. Now, Morrison being watched there by So. Morrison slides it back. Ben Law just walking up, steps on top of the ball. Now he'll roll it to this near side. No rush at all for the Reds. All about taking time off here. Not be too cautious, but protect that lead. Hamid trying to do some good work with that ball. Goes out of bounds. Chowdhury back heels it there. We'll have a substitution coming in now, so it will be 11 on, 12 off. So Agiad Zachariah into the match. Jacob Moore comes out. So 11 in for 12 for the Reds. Chowdhury not happy with himself. Gives himself a little slap on the side of the head. Throw in, bounces high. Tweel goes into the middle of the field. Hamid gets a little touch. Trying to come in to help out there was Pinsent. Comes back to McKenzie. McKenzie forward to that right side. Royals trying to organize in the Reds' half of the pitch. Couple of players in really battling hard for that ball, and it's the Royals who'll come away with it. It's So doing some good work to get it back now to Van Wyken. Van Wyken pushes that ball well downfield, diagonally to the other side. Stewart waiting for it over there. Stewart pushes it into the middle. Couple of players there, but it's McGinn who clears it away. Up forward now. Pinsent got it up there. Royals, though, forced the turnover. They get it back. Gagne has the ball on his feet, gets around McGinn, but can't get it past Anders Good. Now Zachariah, far side, challenging for that ball. And the taller McKenzie wins that battle, and then the Royals will just roll it back to the keeper, Mustafa, and he'll organize and set from there. Emmanuel, near side. And just roll it back now. Mustafa, head up. He's looking down. Where is he going to go with it? Looks like he's going to go to the right, and he does. Rolls it to that right side. Long ball forward. That went off the back of Pinsent. Now McGinn trying to track down the ball carrier from behind. A couple players again trying to reach that cleat in and kick that ball away. Time for a time check. Almost into the 80th minute here. So unofficially 10 minutes of regulation left. My guess is 3 to 4 minutes of added time. Here's Hamid versus two defenders. Good work by Hamid. Rolls it ahead. Here's Zachariah to the right side inside that 18-yard box. Takes it low, tried to cross it in, and out comes Mustafa again. So quick and agile is Mustafa. When he sees an opportunity to jump out and grab that ball, he does just that. Rolls it up now to Tentaglu. Tentaglu, little touch over to that right side. They work it up to So. So being tracked by Pinsent. Now the ball goes down the far sideline, and it's offside. So just ahead before that ball was kicked was number 8, Caleb Gagne. The sun continues to beat down here. Just a glorious afternoon. Great day to get outside and watch some soccer here. Another sub coming in now. Lachlan McEachern into the game. So number 23, Lachlan McEachern checks in. And speaking of 23, there's 23 for the Reds, Ken Morrison. So tried to make a move, steal the ball away. He does help force a turnover, though, just for a second. And the ball lofted down the field. Giving chase there is Philpin for the Reds. And then it goes out of bounds as leaning over the fence is Van Wyken as he tracked that ball past the sideline. That ball goes past everybody. Couple of players chasing after now, including Chowdhury and Stewart and Bartlett also there trying to track that ball for the Royals. So that was a three-man race after that ball. Stewart, Bartlett, and Chowdhury all trying to chase after it. It goes for a throw-in. Zachariah, little touch over for Chowdhury. He lifts it ahead. Philpin trying to get onto it. He does. Philpin going to try to get around Emmanuel. Philpin gets around, left foot shot, low along the ground, and Chowdhury diving to make the save, but good run and a nice job by number 10, Tom Philpin, to make that move and get that left-footed shot toward goal. Now is Jaha being watched by Zachariah. Jaha up ahead for Tweel. Tweel curls that ball in, nobody home, and it'll bounce right to the keeper. That was going to be offside anyway. So time winding down here inside the final 10 minutes of regulation. I speculate 3 to 4 minutes of added time will be put on. The Fredericton Picaroons Reds clinging to that 1-0 lead. Reds looking to go 1-0. Royals trying to avoid falling to 0-2. Royals lost that tough 3-1 match last night against Suburban FC. Trying to find an equalizer here. Tweel battling for that ball, but the Reds will take it. And again, they'll go back to the stalwart in the middle of this back line, Ben Law. Now Chowdhury into the middle. Chips it forward. Emmanuel, the only player there. Emmanuel worked it over for McKenzie. And now it's McGinn for Hamid. Back to McGinn. Good challenge from behind there by McEachern for the Royals. And McGinn down to the turf, draws the whistle. And a yellow card shown. Much to the dismay of Lachlan McEachern and his Royals teammates. So a yellow card shown, first one of the match. And it's shown to the Royals, and number 23, Lachlan McEachern, on the tackle versus McGinn. So a free kick here about halfway between the 18-yard box line and the midfield stripe. Again, dangerous area, especially with this swirling wind. So we'll see what the Reds have planned for their free kick opportunity here. Royals have the three-man wall. They just roll it ahead, trying to set up Zachariah at the top of that 18-yard area. So, got it back, and now the Royals send it down. This is Tweel trying to get to that ball. Tweel got there, but great defensive play by Anders Good, and he has been good defensively in this game for the Reds. Number 9, Anders Good, has been stellar, certainly shutting down offensive opportunities for the Royals. So anything the Royals have tried to do, Anders Good has blocked it, stopped it, and chopped it for the Picaroons. Time really starts to melt away too quickly now if you're a Royals player, and it's going to go much too slow if you're the Reds. Reds clinging to that 1-goal lead. They have that ball now. This is this is So. Working with it, gets it off there to McLaughlin. Couldn't get a clean shot away, and it's cleared away. Chested down by Emmanuel, but it ends up right onto the foot of Philpin. Working with it now. Tom Philpin gets tangled up there and twisted down to the ground as Stewart came in on the tackle. And free kick awarded to the Reds. Pinsent. Back to Hamid. Hamid aggressively there is Jaha trying to tackle that ball away. Jaha again in there. And it came out of bounds, wiped by our midfield camera. Let's throw in now for Ethan Arinki. And it'll go back to the ever steady Ben Law. Viancourt, the keeper, hammers it up toward midfield. McGinn takes it in the chest and then gets unceremoniously shoved to the ground by Jonathan McKenzie. And certainly a size mismatch there as McKenzie, the much taller and thicker man, came in aggressively, pushing McGinn down to the turf. I know if it were me and I saw McKenzie coming full speed toward me, I think my life would flash before my eyes and I might go down and turtle up. Large man, I mentioned it earlier, but Jonathan McKenzie, an imposing figure out there. And that time, Harrison McGinn on the receiving end. So the Reds, again, clinging to that 1-goal lead ever since Sengmeng scored. It's been the Reds who've been hanging on here. It's 1-0. Reds looking to secure the win and then regroup and get ready for their game tomorrow. Just want to remind you to stay with us at the end of this contest as we see Hamid working with the ball, comes near side for Philpin. Philpin works it toward the middle, and then they'll go back to that man, Ben Law. Up now, Philpin chips it ahead. Here's Chowdhury in a race. Chowdhury couldn't get there ahead of Stewart. Good play by Andrew Stewart. So at the end of this one, stick around. We are going to have the Down the Pub Player of the Game interview. And at this point, I would imagine it would be between Fiston and Gabanzeza or Rowan Sangmeng. And considering that Sangmeng has the only goal and he had such a large role, at this point, the Down the Pub Player of the Game would probably be Rowan Sangmeng, with honorable mention to Fiston and Gabanzeza for that bicycle kick attempt. Worked ahead there by Philpin. Again, Reds being as methodical as they can. Keep the ball pinned in the Royal side of the pitch. Watch the time, tick off the clock, and not give these Royals any chance at goal here. You got to imagine in the final few minutes it's going to be all hands on deck for this Royal squad. They don't want to see their record go to no wins, 2 losses, no draws. Mustafa being pressured there by Zachariah. Now the Royals from the right side. Take it across midfield. They'll work it forward. Trying to get it through, but it didn't quite work, and the Reds, Hamid, will bring it back the other way. Nice sliding tackle from Stewart. Textbook right there from number 12 in blue, Stewart. And the ball sent back down. Emmanuel heads it forward, and then Philpin kind of stepped over top of the ball, and it'll be a free kick. Pinsent walks around it, and then it's Morrison who gets it up to Hamid. Youssef Hamid walks it in, Hamid dribbles off to his right now and then leaves the ball there. This is Philpin. Rolls it in, but it's cleared off and out. Now McKenzie on the right side. Jogging up with it. McKenzie steps to the inside, works it up there for So. Rolls it to the far side. Tentaglu has it over there, back to So. So being challenged there by Pinsent on the far side. Now Tweel lost the ball in his footwork, and then it's turned aside, and McGinn will go right up the sideline. Chasing after it there is Van Wyken, and Zachariah trying to make something happen for the Reds as well, but the ball just goes out of bounds. So 3 minutes of added time was just signaled, so that's official from the official. So added time, 3 minutes. So that's what the Royals have to work with here to try to find the equalizer. A lot can happen in 3 minutes, especially a final 3 minutes of added time when teams just kind of throw caution to the wind and push everything toward the goal. Tweel trying to make a run, and that gets pushed out of play. So the Rowan Sangmeng marker right now holding up as the only goal in this contest, 1-0. The Fredericton Picaroons Reds looking to secure a victory here. Big chance here on this corner kick, though. From the far corner flag, headed high into the air as Van Wyken was there and got a head on it, but just sent it too high. Keeper Viancourt will gather it up. He'll take his time, no rush, takes a little drink of water, drops the bottle and says, all right, I'm ready. Let's keep going. Viancourt rolls it forward. Now Morrison chips that ball up and out of play. Over the fence it goes. They'll get another one in, and it'll be a throw-in. Taken quickly by Stewart. Headed in toward the middle. So is there. So, little chip ahead. Tweel in the open. Tweel. Ball is loose, and diving on it is the keeper, Viancourt, as Tweel had a tremendous opportunity in tight, and the save was made, and then diving after the loose ball was Viancourt and was able to corral it and hang on. What a glorious opportunity there for the Royals. Tweel was in on top of it, but the save was made. Now the Royals will look to push again as we are in added time. The 3 minutes of added time melting off of that clock. McGinn makes the nice slide. Gets the ball back now. It's Hamid. Hamid takes a little shove there from Tentaglu, and then Tentaglu again comes over, shoves Hamid down to the turf, and the play carries on with the Reds carrying the ball. Reds calmly bring it into the Royals' end of the pitch. They'll cut it toward the middle now. Philpin dishes in, tried to make a move around Emmanuel. Emmanuel stood his ground, and Royals able to clear. McGinn heads it back down the other way. Philpin, did he keep it in? No, he didn't. It just goes out of play. But good push here from the Reds to answer back after that tweel opportunity at the other end for the Royals. And that's it. So an entertaining match here this afternoon. All kinds of great opportunities, some spectacular goaltending. We saw athleticism at a high level here. And at the end of the game, the 90 minutes of regulation plus the added time, your final score, the Fredericton Picaroons Reds 1, the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals 0. Your goal scorer and your down the pub player of the game is Rowan Sengmeng. After the handshakes, we'll get Rowan over to the sideline and have a chat with him about his performance today and his goal. So we'll do that in just a couple of minutes. We'll step aside for a moment, take a break. Your final score on Game 2, Day 2. Fredericton Picaroons Reds 1, Winsloe Charlottetown Royals 0. Down the pub player of the game interview coming your way in just a few minutes. We'll be back. Man of the match, Rowan Sengmeng. Congratulations, Rowan. First of all, walk me through that game. What was it like?
I mean, that was a crazy game. This is the first time I've played with these boys, to be honest, but we came out strong. I think the first half was a bit slow, but we kind of felt the goal coming for sure. And I had so many chances. Luckily, I finished one. But we were coming for 3 points, and we got the 3 points, which is what all we were looking for.
You did have chances. I mentioned it when you subbed into the game in the first half that you seemed to light a spark for this team and were creating a lot of offense. What was working for you best today?
I'm more of a big speedy guy. I'm just trying to get in behind, really, cause some trouble for the back line. I know I'm usually one of the faster players on the field, so I just like to use that as my advantage.
The goal that you scored was a beautiful one. You had been robbed just earlier than that, but walk me through that goal, because it was a beautiful little chip to yourself and then the finish.
Yeah, so I had my center back played over the top, headed the ball through. I was kind of in on goal. I knew there was a guy to my side. I'll be honest. I tried to pass to him and just hit off the post and went in, and luckily, yeah, I claimed the goal.
They don't ask how, they ask how many, Rowan. And tell me about the celly, because you were kind of really enjoying it. Is that something you think about, or is it just in the moment?
That's in the moment. I like to dedicate that one to my boy Luke Rosatani from UMB. That's his signature celly, and I'd like to give him a shout out.
Well done. Now, there's a lot of youth players here that are looking up to players like you this weekend, but you know, when you were growing up playing and started the game, who were some players that you looked up to, idolized, and even now, who are they?
I mean, I honestly always looked up to my father. We're really a really hard-working family. So, I mean, I've just always, and also I guess Lewis Page over there, my coach for a long time, always kind of a motto for PEI was always to work hard, and then it'll come. That's all.
And what's your dad's name?
Rote Sangmang.
Shout out, Rote. Final thing for you, you're in your 5th year at UNB. What's it been like playing at the University of New Brunswick for the Reds?
It's hard work. My first year I came in, I didn't play at all. And then since then, hard work pays off. I now start for UNB, and we're looking to win next season.
Got to slide one more in before we let you go and stretch. That's what you told producer Clark before we started. You had to go stretch, right?
I do.
What does it mean to you to be able to play in a high-level series like this weekend?
It means a lot. It's a great opportunity, especially for the Atlantic provinces. I grew up in PEI, so this is just huge for all of us.
Rowan, congratulations on the goal and being the down the pub man of the match and on the win. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
That is Rowan Sangman. He got the only goal. It was a spectacular one. He said that he had lots of chances, but all you need is one. And that's all the Fredericton Pickeroons Reds needed as they defeat the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals by a score of 1-0. Rowan, the down the pub man of the match, and thank you for being fans of the match. I'm Scott Squires on behalf of the Maritime Athletic Profiles team. We will see you later, but for now, it's so long from Upper Sackville. We'll see you tomorrow. 2 more games. Bye-bye.
Chain, jumping in the Porsche in the 6 lane. I'm big fish, I'm big game. Chrome on, big flame. I'm pulling out with a sick chain, jumping in the Porsche in the 6 lane. I'm big fish, I'm big game. And I hit him with the chrome hard and a big flame. I'ma be the villain like I'm Big Bang. Execute a smart, that's big brain. So I've been looking hard, that's dripping. So that has been traded to the 60. I get a dollar, you're with me. Now y'all gotta sell kidneys, but that is a shame, it's a pity. The sell to the pep that was shitty, but now you a fam and you wanna hit me. Honestly, dog, I think you are tripping. Follow me now like it's a religion. Hey, you chasing your vision. Hey, you look for additions. Honestly, man, you should've listened. Case closed down, cause I'm on a mission. Chrome on, big flame. I'm pulling out with a sick chain, jumping in the Porsche in the 6 lane. I'm big fish, I'm big game. Chrome on, big flame. I'm pulling out with a sick chain, jumping in the Porsche in the 6 lane. I'm big fish, I'm big game. Yeah, now they wanna be friends. Man, language switch, y'all are now speaking French. I speak Dutch, yeah, I'm from the Netherlands. I've been on the path, I've been with the raps. Ey, ik ga eraan, ik ga toch naar de maan. Ja, ik ben weer op al die verses. Ik denk terug aan die tijden waar dingen toch echt wel ging gebeuren. Maar dat is niet waar, het switchte wel echt. Ja, het ging toch naar de beurs. Maar ik dacht dat wij echte vrienden waren, maar de status kwam er toch tussen. Damn. Chrome on, big flame. I'm pulling out with a sick chain, jumping in the Porsche in the 6 lane. I'm big fish, I'm big game. Chrome on, big flame. I'm pulling out with a sick chain, jumping in the Porsche in the 6 lane. I'm big fish, I'm big game. Als je Nederlands bent, zet deze track in je playlist.